Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We've seen this before, so I'm just gonna let it play out. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag, you're not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know. She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times is when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. It's that accursed unguarded. Will you leave me alone? Don't call me anymore. I mean it. You really mean, pal? Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then, do you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. We're not gonna give up. Gumshoe, till the trial's over, till the verdict's handed down, we're gonna do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. It's true. Could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make that trial last longer. We have to make the trial last longer. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you too can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. Believe that we're gonna give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, and I know it. Oh boy. Oh boy. March 21st, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom number 3. Court is our session for the trial of Matt on guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being of what exactly Miss Adrian Andrews' role in the murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence and threw suspicion onto Mr. Unguard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those of which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. It is a calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carrera was killed by a professional assassin, and the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. We still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him, sort of way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungar's room. Okay, sure. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in the Nickel Samurai costume. He was talking to someone at first, thought it was the bellboy. I watched two of them for a while, and I gave them, went back. I had guests with me that night, and couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If no one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard is speaking was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're gonna have to charge in head first, right? Hooray for traps. Alright. Alright, we're gonna save again. Alright, talk to me. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright, what is it? You're gonna try and trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into a bad guy. Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room, and then? Wait a minute. How did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Are you sure that it was Matt? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. That's the case, and you really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? At first. What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform, and he had the bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think it was normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Guess I'm just gonna have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. So, what are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought that'd be really rude since I invited you guys, but disappeared on you. I went back. Back to my seat. Pretty soon I'll see Matt in the hallway. I'm squeezing water from stone. It's pointless. Press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember it happening at all. I was making such a racket in her hyper state, I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. I was standing there in costume. Wasn't he napping? There's something to show that he was napping. First, thought it was the bellboy. After doing it for a while. I'm like, how long is a while? I don't know how to measure that. After award ceremony, by myself in Matt's room. Matt was standing in the front of his room, still in costume. He was talking to someone. He thought it was the bellboy. Watched you for a while and I gave up and went back. This seems to have been like right before. I don't know what this is. Talking with someone. I am so lost, dude. We just started. Can't be this quick. You watched him for a while. How long is a while? I don't know how long that is. The hotel guide map. So you went here. We was here. And then there's a lobby. Oh no, man. You watched him for a while, but I gave up and went back. I was talking with someone. Of course, if you all knew he was talking to this guy. Mr. Patchface. Standing in the costume. Wasn't he napping? Does something show that he was napping? I don't have anything that shows that, do I? Wish I did. I don't get what the contradiction is here. I don't have anything that fits. I don't think I have anything that fits. Because I have my, you went by yourself to Matt's room. You're standing there in costume. You're talking with someone. You thought it was the bellboy. You watched him for a while and you gave up when you went back. You guessed that night, and then you could make him wait. What do I present? Just for fun. Just wanted to see what would happen. Sadly not. I watched him for a while. I don't know how long that is, though. I mean, you never know. And then you went back. I wish. I am so abundantly lost. I got to do this one first. The first one. You gotta be joking with me. There's nothing like having to look up on the first testimony. What did I think I missed? I had to press him a second time. You gotta be joking. I didn't even know that could happen. I had to press him on a thing and then go back and press him on this again. That's weird. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt gave Bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Okay. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. How much was the tip? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. Well, how much was it? But that's even when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid you don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder the bellboy's face. What was so shocking with the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. I hope you know discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it was straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Looked like that thread had snapped, all the stuff in his head came spilling out. Oh, he was there at Ongar's house. He was the butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Ongar was talking with the killer. If that fact were to be exposed, Ongar would be declared guilty in a blank. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here, pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? What did you say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Is this, the boy in question? No. I have to show evidence, not a person. I'm not asking for a who. Oh, jeez. I went back to that save. Oh, my goodness. And we get it. We know we're aware. Okay, that's great. Now what? You gave the bellboy a tip. Where does it show this? Okay, now I'm confused. What's this? I don't even know what that is. Give the bellboy a tip. What the heck? Maybe I could get new dialogue with the face or the tip amount? The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. You could hardly call it a tip, Your Honor. Even the judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I be standing around here prosecuting? Got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash from my hard work. You don't get paid for your work? That's... So I suppose that roll of cash was not a tip. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw, yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the Shelley the Killer. The car Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer? He is the person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Oh, yeah. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. This time, I was in the hallway. I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I meant Juan Corrida's room. I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yes, we had to be the assassin. Sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's all we need to know for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer then, shall we? So this bellboy came out to the victim's room, and if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Now for this. What time was it? I don't remember. The war ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to mass room pretty soon after, and then I came back. Then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was 8:10 by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought maybe I could catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys were the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches on his face. So I'm sure it was the same guy who was talking with Matt. So which room... Jeepers. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with your testimony, shall we? So what exactly was out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damage thing he's gonna say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? He wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree it's a bit strange, Mr. Powers. Is it really that unusual to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let his private testimony slide? Try to pull a fast one? Do you know who I am? Of course I'm gonna pull. Notice how it says try to pull a fast one. It means it's not gonna work. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. What there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplemented with this new one. Edgeworth, are you gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see, very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So you're saying it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. There was a bottle of juice and wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? Pretty sure it was tomato juice. We could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed. Some sort of proof, and I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? It's like another job for the court record. Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's gotta have a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and assassin can both be sneaky and silent. That's the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it'd be very bad for us. It really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're gonna have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Hooray for cheap tricks. Objection! Oh, that did work. Mr. Powers? Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing that it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all the stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, what about it being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look on the top of the table in the lower right corner here, and you will clearly see that is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean the bellboy had seen a dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead by that time? Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he's wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather. Why did you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious? Gotta focus, can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys do wear gloves. Mom, Mr. Wright, that bellboy's wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. You're saying all football's suspicious because they're made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he's seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe that's just another bellboy. It seems that we've finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. After leaving Quan's room, the bellboy went and knocked Matt's door just like that. He gave some to the person inside the room, and the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room? Yeah, kinda saw that all by accident. Some accident? I say it's not too much. And all of it being suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Is that what you saw when you were busy spying? Excuse me, I may be poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is where you did watch it. Well, I think the point is where you did watch this all from, Mr. Powers. Oh, from the door to the bathroom with my left eye and a sort of sneaky spy-like... I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said, hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Okay. Probably ask him one question at a time. What was the thing? He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, you wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. It's an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. We'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely, what did the bellboy do next? So after he gave the person inside the room the thing... Oh, guy just left. Where did the bellboy go after he left Mr. Enguarde's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right? I do. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. You saw something else? There was a really jittery alien with a ray gun. I was watching Juan's door like some sort of... It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, the testimony is just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure even if you press him enough, everything will become clear. Although that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. What about the person? So who cooked this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? Sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? So you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item, of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm? Yes, just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think it is the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember when the bellboy handed off. Let's see, I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. Wooden statue. Wooden statue, eh? A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing, I'd probably remember, you know? Looks like for the trial to proceed, I'm gonna have to come up with whatever the statue is and show it to him. You have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? Okay. The only wooden statue I have is this one. What is the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is gonna happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, that something you saw, was it this? Oh, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room, and then he stole his wooden bear from the scene of the crime. The bear being found at Mr. Enguarde's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor, that Matt Enguarde is the killer's client. Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah, sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's clear there's no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There's still a few points left that we've not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What is questionable point you'd like to further explore? How about the bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found in Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder has occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Matt who took the bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew, disaster averted. No. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Matt's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. I came to the butler. All this time was the killer. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad for the police had the police found it during the investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quite quiet for a while. This is too much. Is there anything I can attack at all? Try something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to? I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Powers' testimony. What? There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor. It's a quite questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, we can't have that. Okay, what person received the bear? There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered he took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm, it was a Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was a Nickel Samurai. Oh, no. Order, order. It looks like you have dug your own grave yet again. How many times that today? I've lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt is the Nickel Samurai. Wow. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was who received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt himself. I see no reason for the trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you cannot win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Oh, do I? What should I do? What am I gonna do? Hear the verdict? That'd be annoying. Nah! I will now announce my... There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I've left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client... We have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible that this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who would you say to kill his real client and therefore is a real murderer? Well, the only other person I can think of is this one. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that you tried to frame Matt for the crime by wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume. Aha, then the Nickel Samurai's arm I saw, that could very well have been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at On Guard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. If the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order! All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor? For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along in his what-if game. His what-if game? Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specifically bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely, and I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. Should I stop here? It is technically a break period, so... Let's see, does it count as 4-2? Not technically. And we started not that long ago. I'm gonna keep it going. You know, we're gonna keep it going. I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you try to pin the guilt on Adrian. I swear this demon is gonna pay. Mr. Nick? Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Really strong power. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? I've been hanging in there, pal. Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! If we just had one, each one same clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But if I just run out of luck all this time, is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent? I can see a circus tent. Mia? Looks like Maya was unconscious until a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So Maya called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now, but I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus tent right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a second, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. 300-foot radius on the main tent. Hurry. And I can see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. An office building? Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. A little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's been starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. You alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. Just have to make the trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Apparently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before? Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court of this bear's secrets? Alright? Why does she... Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity, which is enough to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You can't really tell it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Seems there really is something to that bear after all. Isn't that lovely? Alright, just gotta check the time. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess it was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle was it exactly? If you know the correct order, we take it apart one at a time. Alright. So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, you move its arms and legs are free that can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toys, like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? How do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it'd be perfect for Juan. It was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country. It certainly looks like it could be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get out what was inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same. But it can never be the same once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container jewelry box? I never told anyone, and as long as Juan never told anyone either, then there's only the two of us who knew. Then the two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. Ungar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get at for now. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that's this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next. And that is, what is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Yes. You're the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews. She solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Carita's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden by the victim, Juan Carita himself. It seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name onto the document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note's been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? It's right. This is what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note to be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was gonna burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left us a record of all that had happened to her, about being used and thrown away by Ungard, about being engaged to Corrida, and Ungard's role in destroying that. Now she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impact had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt Ungard's values, above all else, is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. It's Ungard's fault, and this time he went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that? How terrible, what a selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers who will defend these creeps too. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And The only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. There are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry! Suicide note of the figurine. Which one should I pursue? Save game. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. It's his job, bro. I think Your Honor believes that Matt killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say Matt could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without knowing what it said. Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think he rather did well in this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. The type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt and the victim both thought of each other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt. It's only rigged to watch for 1 hour. Order, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew your client's spying activities. Well, sorta? Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that's in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. And by the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, I won't say those cameras hit all over the place, huh? What's to say of that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. Got me good this time. I don't have anything counter it. Hey, what was the thing? Oh, is that man the bat killer? Gosh, don't look at him. The way he's sweating. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're gonna do next yet? What I'm gonna do next? Just running away like a frightened child were? I know it seems Mr. Edwards is very close to putting the lid on this case. But in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he should really investigate. I'd really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are we speaking riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's finally time we understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence Mia's talking about? Can I figure it out? Of course you can, you just gotta believe. Because I think I have a theory. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth, but there's something you should really examine about this piece of evidence, and that is this. It can only spy for 1 hour. The transmitter. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I do believe some special examination is needed, but I think that should be examined as the defense's gray matter. Whoops. Oh. So that wasn't it. It's not the transmitter. Okay.
Objection!
Okay, was there any piece of evidence that said it was only rigged for an hour? Oh yeah, this. Was it this one?
Objection!
Not this piece of evidence. So it's not the transmitter. It's not this. That is a different camera. Not the transmitter or this. What could it be? See, now I'm really lost. This piece of evidence, right? This. Sadly, not quiet.
Objection!
Goodness gracious, okay. There's something you should really examine about this piece of evidence. Like what, dude? Examine what piece of evidence? The bear?
Objection!
What the heck?
Take that!
I wish I could show that there could be radio interference, but I don't know. What can I show, dude?
Objection!
Nope. These didn't work. This didn't work.
Take that!
Just for fun. This is not working.
Objection!
Okay. Don't care about that. Something you should examine about this piece of evidence. I really thought I had that lead. The transmitter. Transmitter didn't work. The spy camera didn't work. This didn't work. This didn't work. This didn't work. These two didn't work. What can I show? There's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. See, I thought it was that it was only rigged for an hour. But apparently that's not it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's go through everything. Nope, 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 nope. I tried that, that didn't work. This didn't work. That's not gonna work. This is not gonna work. No, no. No, no. No, no.
Take that! Objection! Take that!
Alright. I think it's time to consult the source.
Objection! Take that!
It was the note. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside the bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impact or not, it is yet to be even remotely confirmed. I probably would have guessed that eventually. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting... Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Matt. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the bear? How dare you?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who solved the puzzle was the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use to frame Matt. I didn't know such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce the suicide note as a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Nuh-uh. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of the proof lies with you, the prosecution. That's enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Can you confirm the handwriting on the note? It's as the defense stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. Impossible. That's impossible. This is a good Phoenix. The judge is going to catch on one more day. I don't think Miles will be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis is my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. On guard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of a line. Guilty, 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 guilty. Oh my goodness. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with that side? Where's Maya? And what's happened to that killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal, really am. Don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. Wish there was some way I could make it up to you, I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal, but the two of them are already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't worry, I just need a little more time. Don't tell me we don't have any more. Oh my gosh. Hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh, what is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, will you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's trial. You may take our phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth? Please, gotta buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised, I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Right? Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Huh? Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have that time. Just spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed him, sir. The killer left a few things behind the accident and is rushed to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got things he left me with right now. I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like this due sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. Those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Just wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Mine was left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Did Gumshoe just run into the building? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop me. Oh no. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Gotta hurry up and call for help. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone's broken. He wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get a hold of the items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, there is a way we can find out where he is. Then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe get an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is with this. Oh my goodness. I didn't know I actually had to present a thing. Right, we're in the middle of a mock trial here. Guess it won't work, huh? It's up to me. I'll think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Did I say something wrong? Edgeworth? What is it? I don't have the right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, it can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. Is Prosecution Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There was a phone call for you, sir. He said extremely urgent. Probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is that you must do. Alright. Oh boy. Things just keep happening. Court will now reconvene. Yeah. So that's gonna be for tomorrow. Hope you guys have enjoyed Phoenix Wright Attorney. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.